What is up, YouTube? It is showtime and I am back with yet again another video. Now in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys the two best 7'4" centers you guys can make right now in NBA 2K26. So this video will be a 2-in-1 special, two different variations, two ways to make the build. They're pretty similar, but there's still a very big difference, and I want to leave it up to you guys to decide which one you think is better. Super OP build. As you guys probably can see, footers have completely dominated this game. I'm currently rocking out my main build as a 7-foot build. I'm completely loving it. I'm able to do just about everything. I found ways to circumvent the fact that I'm a little bit slow, ways to play the game, and what I realized is there's no true meta. It's really about the play style that's meta. So it's not too much about the builds, it's about the builds and how you use them that makes them meta. So having a footer is meta. I think that if you sit corner on defense, it becomes really nice because you're kind of uninvolved on defense, which is where your weak point is. And then you just flourish in all the other categories. You get every rebound, you can shoot over people, you can get amazing blocks, you guys get contact dunks. Footers are where it's at in my personal opinion. And now the 7'4"s, like the first day I versus 7'4", he had like 15 on my face. I couldn't contest him with my 6'9". It is very hard to guard these 7'4" builds because they're just shooting over people. Their screens are amazing. They get every rebound. You guys know how it goes. You guys have probably been seeing them all over Twitter. Some people have even made versions of the build that can dribble and ISO. It's completely insane. I'm not going to waste too much more time. Let's get straight to the video. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let's do this. So for the position you guys want to go center, you won't be able to reach 7'4" height as a power forward. And then with the height, obviously 7'4", the weight, you guys want to go 260. And you guys, for the first variation of the build, you guys want to make your wingspan the shortest. Now some people may be questioning this, but the reason why is because you guys are going to get access to a lot of insane badges, insane attributes when you do it this way. For those of you guys who are thinking, oh, minimum wingspan is very short, you have to understand that you're 7'4". The max wingspan that most of these centers are getting anyways, like 6'9", is like 7'6" wingspan, so it's not really that much shorter. You have to understand that the minimum is already bigger because you're at 7'4". Height is connected to wingspan this year, so the height kind of counters it and how big you are. It's questionable. I think we're going to see gameplay and see how having a shorter wingspan affects people. It doesn't look like it affects people too much for me. I'm interested to see how well the difference is between rebounding animations, but the rebounding stats stay the same. You get a 99 rebound on a max wingspan and the shortest. It doesn't matter. 7'4" circumvents a lot of the cons or worries you guys may have about having a lower wingspan. So keep that in mind. This is only version 1 of the build. The second version of this build will have a bigger wingspan. I just wanted to show this variation first because I think a lot of you guys are interested in making it, including me. So for the ticks, this is how we're going to do it. The first thing you guys want to do is you want to max out your 3-ball. This is why it's so OP. You guys will get set shot specialist on gold, deadeye on silver, and limitless range silver. Keep in mind that limitless range is a tier 2 badge. So your tier 2 badge perk, you can literally have this at Hall of Fame off rip when you have your max tier 2 badge, which is insane. Then your max tier 1 badge, you can literally get set shot specialist on legend because there's a +2 max 1 badge perk, and it's going to bring it to legend, and it's going to be insane. I would personally say probably do like deadeye and set shot specialist. So have your deadeye on Hall of Fame with 1 max tier badge perk, and then the other you can have set shot specialist on legend, which is so broken. You guys don't understand how impossible it is to contest these 7'4"s, and now that they're getting access to these high tier shooting badges, it's so broken. Like I can't even put it into words. It's just a matter of you trying to build or going against it before you realize how dominant these things are. So this is exactly what you want to do for the shooting. The standing dunk, as usual, will remain at 90. You guys will get contact dunks, which is so easy to trigger. All you have to do is pull down your right analog and you guys will literally be able to trigger all the contact standing dunks. And you guys literally keep in mind that the green window is going to be huge because you're 7'4". So this is how we're going to set up the build offensively. We really don't need to touch anything else on the offensive end. This is as good as it gets. For the pass accuracy, we're going to go 93. The reason we have to go high, anytime you're a footer, I always recommend having a 93 or better, because the main point of being a footer is to get rebounds. You guys are going to get a very high offensive rebound, and being able to grab the rebound and throw it back out and have these kind of passing badges like dimer or even break starter when you catch the defensive rebound and then you throw it down. it's important that you guys have pass accuracy on these bigger builds. Don't compromise this ever. I always recommend having a 93 or better when you're having a footer build, and that's exactly what we're going to get. Keep in mind, you guys have max tier badge perks to bring break, starter, and dimer to legend if that's what you wish, but Hall of Fame is more than enough. And then with the defense, what we're going to do is we're actually going to go with a 74 block. So being 7'4" really does circumvent not having a higher block. Keep in mind, when you're using this build, you're sitting corner 90% of the times. It's not going to work with you trying to hedge as a 7'4". You're too slow. You should be very hands off on defense, and guarding the corner is going to be enough of a task for you. So I don't see the point in having a higher block. Me personally, you're never going to be playing paid defense at a bare minimum. The thing is about this build is you have to circumvent its inability to move fast around the court by using it in a tactical way, right? And the smartest way to use this is just sitting corner on defense and trying to guard the guy who's least involved in the offense. And then with the interior defense, it's automatically going to go up anyways when I put up some other stats, but the interior defense will also be 86. It has to be 86 minimum because it's going to be attached to our strength. You guys are going to play great paint defense, but you're barely playing any sort of defense anyways. And with the perimeter defense and steel, you can max these out and you literally get no extra badges. It doesn't even make sense to upgrade them, in my personal opinion, because you're not going to be playing any defense. You're not going to be guarding anyone, and they don't give you any extra badges even if you put these two attributes up. So I know a lot of you guys are probably looking at this wonky, but understanding it's the way you use a build, not the build that makes something a meta, especially in this game. Now with the offensive rebound, you guys want to go 96. This is going to give you guys access to the rebound chaser and box out beast Hall of Fame. If I were you, get 3 cap breakers, which is super easy. You can get them in crew levels, lifetime challenges, level 40. There's so many ways. 3 cap breakers is so easy to obtain even at this point in the game, and get a 99 offensive rebound, which will give you legend, box out beast, and rebound chaser, which is very, very, very important if you're going to play footer. And then with the defensive rebound, I got an 86. I wish I can go higher, but the build would be messed up if you wanted it any higher. And then with the speed, you max out all your physicals. You want to max out your vertical. You want to bring that strength straight up to a 91, and this is the build. This is build number 1. This is probably the most overpowered way to make the build. It's going to be creative because of just the shooting abilities. You're going to be undefeatable on the pick and pop. You're 7'4". You have a 91 strength and gold brick wall to set amazing screens, and you're just popping, and nobody can guard you. Nobody can test you. This is probably the more broken way to make the build, in my personal opinion. It would be nice if we can have certain stats higher, but you really don't need to. Brick wall is something you're going to want to look into, maybe getting it to legend or Hall of Fame as time goes on. So you can just have a really broken pick and pop system where every screen is just destroying people, then you pop, free 3, or even if you slip, you got a 90 standing dunk. This is version number 1 that I'm going to drop for you guys, and we're going to show you guys version number 2 of the build. It's probably a bit more safer. It has a higher wingspan, less shooting abilities, but some of you guys care about wingspan. Some of you guys prefer to have more defensive abilities, and this is going to be that variation of the build for those of you guys that do care about that stuff. So for version number 2 of the build, it's pretty much the same stuff. Center, 7'4", 265 pounds this time. You're going to put your wingspan to 7'8". You don't want to max it because you're not going to get access to an 83 ball, which is what's going to give you access to set shot specialist on silver. I recommend getting an 83 ball if you really, really want. You don't care about an 83 ball. You don't mind having your set shot specialist only on bronze. Be my guest and go max wingspan. That's good. It'll probably help you defensively and just have that longer wingspan. But I personally recommend you go 7'8", just so you get access to an 83 ball. And what you guys want to do is you guys want to make sure you max out your 3 ball. You guys will get an 83 ball. Then you can use your max plus 1 badges to get set shot specialists on like gold or even Hall of Fame, which is just as good. Like, it's good, but this time you're going to have more defense and better wingspan. The build is generally the same. You guys want to go 90 for your standing dunk once again. The pass accuracy, you guys want to go 93 once again. Nothing special. And then with the block, this is where it differs than variation number 1. You guys are actually going to get an 84 block instead of a 74, so you have better defensive abilities. And then with the offensive rebound, once again, you guys can go 96. And then with the defensive rebound, you guys want to go 85. The strength, once again, you guys want to go 91. The vertical you can max out, the agility and the speed you can max out. And here is variation 2 of the build. Ooh, what am I missing? Why is my speed so low? There is something I'm missing. There is something I'm completely missing here. Hold on. 48. Nope, there's something I'm missing. There we go. Okay, so we max out the speed. So this is variation number 2. The only difference is that you get a higher wingspan, a better block rating, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to add a lower 3-ball rating, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to leave it up to you guys which version you guys think of the build is better. Tell me what you guys prefer. Do you guys prefer to have the higher wingspan, which will give you access to a lower 3-ball and better defensive abilities, or do you guys prefer to have the low wingspan? Sorry, this is the high wingspan, which gives you low 3-point and better block, or do you guys prefer to have a low wingspan and have insane shooting abilities with a little worse block rating? I personally am not sure yet, but so far I really like the idea of having the higher 3-ball. I think it's going to make you really unguardable and really make it hard for people to predict what it is you're going to do, and just make it very impossible. Keep in mind, if you do make this build, you got to circumvent a lot of the cons, which is speed and off-ball movement and defense. Sit corner, stay away from guarding anyone, and you're going to really maximize the potential and the usage of this build. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Let me know what you guys think about the build. I'm really interested because I really want everybody's 50 cents on this. Please leave a like, comment, and subscribe and all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one.